Alright, so I've been getting a lot of requests from people who've looked at my other videos about setting up rail networks using immersive railroading and open computers. And one thing that gets asked a lot is how do I set the tag of a locomotive? Or how do I read the tag of a locomotive for that matter as well? And it's actually very simple. Let me just clear the weather real quick. And I have a little example here to show you what's going on. So this computer is linked up to a detector augment underneath the train, and that detector serves to help determine information about the entire consist. So let's see. First of all, we have a tagger function or program that'll essentially allow you to set and read the tag. But first, I want to show you all the functionality that the detector exposes, and we'll do that by going into Lua. And when you're in this command line thing, the component module is already included automatically, so we can just get our detector by saying d equals component dot ir augment detector. And so now D is the detector, and we can see what's available by typing D. And you see, first of all, we have its address, which is just its unique string, a consist, which returns some information about the entire consist, being the locomotive and anything attached to it, the augment type, and this is either detector or controller, something like that, the position, so the X, Y, Z of that particular augment. Get tag and set tag, these are the ones I'm focusing on today. And info is essentially just a subset of the consist, but for only the current locomotive or car that's sitting right on top of the detector. And so yeah, that is just about it. So if we then exit out of here and take a look at tagger, you can see what's going on. First of all, we require component, and then get the detector that way. And here, just call it detector instead of D, so more verbose and it's more readable. And here, this args, this is just the Lua method of getting the command line arguments that are passed. So if I type in the command line tagger and then space and then 1, 2, 3, then this is an array or table with the first entry being the string 1, 2, 3. Let me show you an example right here. So tagger 1, 2, 3. So now if I call this, then the args table will have its first entry being the string 1, 2, 3, and a second entry being the string ABC, right? So anyway, first we check if an argument is provided. If the length of this table is more than 0, then we try and get that tag to see what the user has actually put in, and if the tag is is like an empty string, right? If the length of it is less than 1, then we say that's an invalid tag and just exit the entire thing. Otherwise, we just call detector.setTag and print out that we set the tag to that. If the user didn't provide arguments though, then it means that we just want to see what the current tag is. So we can do get tag, and that gets a tag, and by default all locomotives have a tag. It's just that by default it's set to the empty string. So we check if it's an empty string and then print a special message then. Otherwise it has a tag that's been set by the user, so we output that tag. And that's basically as simple as it gets. So let me show you an example. Without any arguments, this will print out the tag that the locomotive currently has. Yeah, and that's something that I set while setting up this program. And now if we want to, let's say, send an empty string, yep, doesn't work because it's an empty string. But if we say tagger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now we know that it's set to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if we call tagger again, what do you know? There it is. So that is basically how you set and retrieve the tag of a locomotive. So hopefully this can help you set up your network so that you have, I don't know, for example, a kiosk where the train is waiting and you just set the tag and then you can depart from there. But yeah, anyway, let me know in the comments if there's other concepts related to this that you'd like me to cover, and I'll see you later.